Ben from Caden, here today to show you a little bit about our new 0 degree brake track. I'm also going to run through the mould that we created with. We're going to have a look at a rim that's just been cured and the mould that's come out of as well. And also a bit about the brake testing and the technology around how this improves brake performance and makes your wheels last longer. So effectively, when you run aluminium wheels, you're braking with the grain surface following around in 0 degrees. So the brake track is very flat and you get good modulation, good braking. So we're mimicking that with carbon. The way we do that is we use this mould right here, very heavy steel, with we run a pre-preg toe or a toe preg effectively. So here's a spool of carbon, as you can see. This is pre-pregnated with a very high temp resin system, and then we wind this into the mould around and around and around and around in the same direction your brake pads go, so we can have a more even surface where the brake is following the grain of the carbon. The reason we have to do this and not use a pre-preg carbon like we have here is because pre-preg will not bend around a corner, it will kink. So to run carbon fibre in a continuous pattern, we need to use a toe preg. Now, I can show you very quickly why this is the same material that you would have all mountain bikes, road bikes, wheels, etc. made out of. It's a Toray T700 pre-preg carbon. Now the grain on this is going in this direction. Now you can see what happens when you pull the grain. Now if this was laminated at 45s, then you wouldn't be able to pull it as much. So when you have a brake track running along pre-preg, it can pull the fibres. Whereas because we're running the fibre tensile around the brake track, it can't pull the fibre, which is very important. It sounds simple, but it's quite technical and it's taken us a long time to develop, and I'll show you why. So actually, you've got a piece of carbon here. You could not break that if you tried. It's very, very strong. It's only one strand of tow, but all you have to do, put a knot in that carbon, then you can break it. So when we orient the fibres without any kinks, without any directional change, we get a much stronger, lighter, faster wheel. Brake testing on the track has been amazing. Real life testing is key though. So I know the modulation on these brakes, especially in the wet, is so much better. It's so much more responsive. The water sheets off the wheel very quickly because there's no ridges from the fibre to trap water in. So we're making, each wheel needs 2 brake tracks. This is a pre-cured one. We normally wouldn't pre-cure this. This is purely for the video today. But each wheel has 2 pre-made brake tracks, so a set of wheels has 4, which is not easy. So we're not doing this for fun. This is not a gimmick. This is purely to make your braking a lot better and your wheels last longer. So the other part I want to show you here is just the 50 that's just come out of the mould. You can see it has a bladder in the wheel. That creates pressure in the cavity of the mould, forming the shape. You can see there's a lot of epoxy still left on this wheel. It's brand new. And what we do with our wheels, we remove this bladder without having any holes drilled in the rim, which creates a much stronger rim without any weak points. A lot of the wheels these days still have a hole drilled to get the bladder out. We use a patented system to remove this safely without any damage or any extra holes being put in the wheel. Now you can see the mould that created this. And I'm a big guy, that's a very heavy piece of steel. It's a beautiful thing. There's over 1,500 tonne of pressure that run down on these things. So you need to have the steel thick and dead flat to create a perfectly even rim, and especially around the brake surface, that's key. So the brake testing here, you can see we run a laser heat check, and we run that up to 250 degrees without failure. We also do real life testing. So I was down at Threadbow a few weeks ago, running down Dead Horse Gap with a 40-kilogram backpack and a sand bag in my backpack. That's, I think, better testing than even the machine. We get the temps here, but real life testing gives you the feel of the brake and how the wheel's performing. So I hope that really helps, gives you a bit of an insight into what we're doing and how we're trying to make your wheels better. Thank you very much.